Hi guys, this floor is my favorite place to do sit-down videos. Very cold today. So I do have my blanket. This is my favorite blanket. It's pink and has cowgirl hats and cacti and horseshoes. My friend got it for me, but it's very comfy. So I'm gonna be wearing this for the whole video because it is very cold. My room is probably the coldest. Actually, is not probably. It is the coldest room in the whole house. Anyways, hi, my name is Mia, and if you're new, welcome, and if not, welcome back. You know how this goes. I'm a little crazy, but we love it here. I thought we could have a sit-down chat and just debrief. Basically, we're best friends. We're just gonna talk. The only sit-down video I've ever posted is my November TBR, and that, I wasn't talking about me, so I wanted to have a sit-down video where I talk about me. You guys can get to know me. How would you describe yourself in 3 words? Hilarious. I'm actually, I like to say I'm funny, but I don't know if I am. Dedicated. More than just in relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, anything like that. I would say I'm very dedicated to the people I care about. And I try my best to do right by everybody that I care about. I'm very dedicated to my faith and to my sport. What's something people don't know about you? Well, a lot of people, if they haven't watched my videos before, a lot of people don't really personally know about this, but people who watch my videos, if you haven't watched my videos before, I am actually originally from Ontario. I grew up in Ontario, spent 16 years there, and now I live in Alberta. So, I am a Canadian girly, hence why I'm wearing a blanket to film this video. What's one thing you're proud of yourself for this year? I've always wanted to be a world's cheerleader for Cheer Sport Sharks. Originally, I wanted to be on the Great Whites, which if you are a cheerleader, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but especially if you're a Canadian cheerleader, but I've always wanted to be on the Great Whites. And I grew up in Ontario, so I was like, oh, I'm going to be on the Great Whites. So when I moved here, I was like, okay, that's never going to happen. But then they opened a gym here. They're a first-year gym, and they have a world's team, and I made their world's team, so that was pretty cool. I'm really excited about that. Hey guys, editing me here. I just want to put a disclaimer in here and say that I was talking about being on a world's team. Notice this. It's so cute. It's my practice set. I just got it. But I was talking about being on a world's team. But let me be very clear with something. We're not technically a world's team until we get our bid. For now, we're just an open level team that's competing for a world's bid. What is a dream you have for the future? A dream I have for the future is I really just want to make social media a big thing for me and in my life. Be consistent with it. How did you get into cheerleading? I started cheerleading for the Junior Tiger Cats, which is Hamilton's football team in Ontario, their NFL team. I started being a junior Tiger cheerleader with the dance studio I used to dance for, and I did that when I was about 7. I did that for 3 seasons, I think. Well, I did it from ages 7 to 9, so yeah, 3 seasons. And then after that, I stopped for a couple years because there was no all-star cheer gyms close to me. They were all an hour away. So it wasn't something that we could commit to going an hour away twice a week. It was just too much for us at that point in time. Especially my little sister was in sports and stuff like that. Or yeah, she was in multiple sports as well. I was in multiple sports. I did dance, basketball, volleyball, football, anything you can think of, I was doing. And so I think I was also in soccer at that point. So to commit to driving an hour one way for me to go to practice for 2 hours and then we had to drive back, that being a 4-hour thing twice a week was too much. So then when I got to high school in grade 9, high school starts in grade 9 in Ontario, I tried out for their cheer team and I made it. Oh, I'm just joking. And I cheered there for 2 years, and then when I moved here, luckily my school was starting a cheer team that year, so I joined the cheer team at my new school in Alberta, cheered there for 2 years, and then I was like, I don't, my cheer season's over. My cheer career is over because I was done, and then I was like, let me do an all-star. I've never done all-star before this season, and I have to say I do like it more than school cheer. It's just everybody's more dedicated. I really like all-star, and I really like the gym I'm at. I like my coaches. I loved my choreographers. They were so much fun. I'll link their Instagrams. We had Axel, Brandon, and TJ, and they were so fun. I literally, like, I love all of them. It was so much fun. What's your favorite part about being a cheerleader? My favorite part about being a cheerleader is literally the friendships that you make. Like, my best friend, one of my best friends in the whole world, her name was Ruby, and she's one of my best friends in the entire world, and I wouldn't have became friends with her if it wasn't for cheer. I spent so much time with these people, especially during competition season, that, like, you guys get so close, and I love it so much. What position do you cheer in, and why do you love it? I am a back spot. So I've been a back spot and a base. I love being a back spot. Back spots are really important, but I feel like they get a bad rep sometimes. You don't get to see them, like, they don't get a lot of credit, which sucks, but, like, I know what I'm doing, and so does my teammates. I don't know, I really like back spotting. What's the hardest skill you've learned so far? I've learned so many skills this season that I didn't know before. This season is the highest level team I've ever competed on, so I've learned quite a lot of skills. I'd say the hardest skill is a rewind. I'll put a video here. They are really difficult, and it's a lot about back spot fire chemistry, and I don't know, they're just a very technical skill, but they are really fun. And I like them. But I got kicked in the face when I did it the first time, but it's okay. It's a cheer memory you'll never forget. There's so many. Bite night this season was really fun. Choreo week this week was really fun. Do you get nervous before performing? How do you handle it? I get very nervous before performing. I have anxiety. That just, like, builds up right before performances. Like, I have anxiety every day. But right before performances, it does get really bad because it's like, I have to go out there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Once I was literally about to puke. I have never puked from anxiety, like, before a competition. I puked from anxiety before in general, but not for competition. And my coach literally thought I was going to puke on the mat one season. And I didn't. So that's progress. As soon as I get out there, the anxiety goes away. It's just like that right before you go on the mat, while you're waiting, I get so nervous. I don't really handle it. That sounds bad, but, like, it's like 10 seconds of anxiety, which is, like, very normal. How do you balance school, cheer, work, and your personal life? I'm not currently in school. I was doing online classes. Wasn't helping, wasn't benefiting me at all, and I graduated high school last year. So I am going back to school in February. But cheer, work, and my personal life, it is hard. Like, I will say that, especially being on, like, an all-star world's level team. It is hard. Like, it's a lot to balance. And it makes me really, really tired. Like, I'm chronically ill. Like, I'm getting diagnosed. I don't know what's wrong with me, but there's something there. So, like, it builds up really, really fast. I get really, really just, like, so exhausted and, like, not motivated. Like, it gets really, really bad sometimes. And I think the thing is, like, it's just a matter of literally just, like, you push through, and, like, the days you don't want to get up, you get up. You make yourself look presentable. Like, I slept till 11 o'clock today. So I still got up. I got dressed. And here we are. I think it's just about knowing that, like, you gotta do what you gotta do. What advice do you have for someone wanting to start cheer? Just start. You're never gonna be able to get better if you don't start. And I know that sounds so silly, but I know so many people who are like, oh, I should totally do cheer. But then they just never start. And it's like, you're never going to be able to get better if you never start. How did you grow your relationship with God? I think community is the most important thing. Like, having a community, like a faith-based community that just, like, really, like, supports you is really important. Just a community. Like, you're never gonna grow in your faith if you do it alone. Like, I seen this thing and it was like, if you want to move fast, do it alone. If you want to go far, do it together. And that's just kind of, like, where I stand with that. How do you stay close to God during stressful or busy seasons? I will admit, it is a challenge. Honestly, I struggle with this a lot. I just think it's very important to be strict with yourself. Make reading your Bible and prayer and stuff like that a priority. Like, it shouldn't be something that you do, oh, if I have the time, I'll read my Bible. It should be, oh, today I'm reading my Bible. Just like it's like, today I'm brushing my teeth, today I'm showering. It should be the same thing. Do you journal or do devotionals? What does that look like? I don't really. I do it sometimes. I do journal. I literally just brain dump into a Google Doc. Anything that comes to my head, I write down. I just get it out. Especially when there's a lot going on. How do you handle friendships or relationships that don't align with your faith? This is a hard one. I always try to remember that my faith won't change. I'm the only one who can let it. But theirs might. And I've had lots of friends who have shown more interest in going to church since I became religious. And like, I get to guide them. I get to help them kind of find their way to God. I don't know. I always try to remember that not everybody's going to be at the same place I am with my faith. And that's okay. But what's not okay is leaving them because they're not where I am. They're looking to me for guidance, and it's my job to plant the seeds, and God will fulfill them. What's one prayer God has answered for you recently? You know what, for a really long time, I struggled with friendships, and God gave me a very special best friend. Lots of them, actually. I have like a lot of really good friends in my life right now. I'm just like very happy with who I'm friends with, and I think that God has definitely answered that prayer for me. What's something God is teaching you right now? Patience. I'm in a major season of just like waiting. I think that that is so important. Learning patience is hard, and it's something I've never been good at. But I think He's definitely trying to teach me to be patient with myself and be patient with His plan and let His plan play out, because His plan is better than mine. What worship songs are currently on repeat for you? I like Running by Anna Fowler, Gratitude by Brandon Lake. That one's very popular, but I love that song. Been So Good by Elevation Worship. What a God by SEU Worship. Waymaker by Leland. What's a purchase under $20 you're obsessed with? I'm sure everybody has heard of Tree Hut by now. This peppermint one. It is the Merry Mint one. It is one of the Christmas ones. It's my favorite. If you live in Canada, go to Superstore, not Shoppers. What's your current Starbucks order? Venti pink drink, less ice, with chocolate cold foam. It sounds so weird, I know, but it tastes really good. If you could master one skill, what would it be? Tumbling. There's no hesitation there. Tumbling. I, for the life of me, don't tumble. I would love to learn how to tumble better. I can tumble, but like not great and not to a high level. What's your favorite way to spend a slow Sunday? I don't have slow Sundays. Sundays are very fast paced for me. I go to church, then I go home, grab my cheer stuff, go to cheer. And then after cheer, to go home, get ready, and I go back to my church for like our young adult service with my friends. So Sundays aren't ever slow paced for me, but I enjoy my Sundays. I think they're fun. What's your dream travel destination and why? Australia. I want to move to Australia. Like, I would love to live in Australia, like temporarily. I don't know if I'd live there permanently. Right now, in my negative 30-degree weather, yeah, I would live there permanently in a heartbeat. What's a comfort movie or show you always go back to? I have lots. My two main ones are Once Upon a Time. I love Once Upon a Time. I watched it first when I was like 7 years old. Probably not a good idea, because it is a little much. I've rewatched that show hundreds of times. And Outer Banks. Except I watched the 4th season, but I haven't watched it again. When I rewatch, I stop at season 3. Best compliment someone can give you. I love when people talk about how good with kids I am. I work with kids a lot. Like, I'm a part-time nanny, and I volunteer in children's ministry with my church. I love when people are like, wow, you're so good with kids. Or like, when parents come up to me and they're like, my kids adore you. I literally love that. Also, my eyes. Like, if we're talking looks, my eyes. If we're talking anything else, like, number 1 would definitely be how good with kids I am. Number 2 is my eyes. Number 3 is like when people are like, your faith inspires me, or like your testimony inspires me. What's something you're super picky about? If I'm gonna be with this person for the rest of my life, like, I'm going to be picky about it. And everybody's like, your standards are too high. Girl, there is no such thing as standards too high. Just keep that in mind. The right guy, the one that God has for you, will measure up. And I'm okay with being single right now, because I know that when I find the right guy, he will measure up. I shouldn't have to bring my standards down. The right guy will bring himself up. Thank you guys for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one.